Hello again, I'm James Taylor, the author of Jazz and Improvised Piano. In this video clip now, I'm going to show you how we can extend the last video, that was Autumn Leaves, using shells in the left hand. We're going to be using a riff that uses the sharp 9, sharp 5 chord, the 7 chord with the sharp 9 and sharpened 5th. Now, let's look at this chord first of all. In my book, I describe two ways of finding this chord. First of all, if we go the long way round, it makes it clear exactly how you arrive at the notes. So it's obviously useful to do this. So let me show you the long way round first of all. If we've got a C major triad, this provides us with the degrees 1, 3 and 5. Now then, the bass player or the left hand will play 1, so we don't need that. So we just got 3 and 5 here. So these are the starting notes. Now, relative to the upper root, we can find 7 and 9 on top of this. There's the upper C, the upper root. If we come down 2 steps below that, we've got our 7. If we go 2 steps above that C, we've got our 9. So we've got 7 and 9 here. So we've got 3 and 5 for the major triad, and 7 and 9, which are 2 steps each side of the upper root. 3, 5, 7, 9 from the bottom up. Now the next thing to do, being as it's a sharp 9, sharp 5 chord, of course the left hand's playing a low C. So that's our third, our 5th, 7 and 9. We sharpen 5 and sharpen 9. Well, 3, 5, this gets sharpened, and 7 stays where it is, and 9 gets sharpened too. So we're sharpening this note and this note. And this is our basic 3, sharp 5, 7, sharp 9 chord. And here, the riff goes like this. Rest. So I'm coming down the notes of the chord, and then I'm adding the sharpened 2, the flattened 2, and the 1. So we get rest. That's the chord rest, then. And that's the riff. Now, in the autumn leaf sequence, we've got 3 7th chords. We've got an F7 chord, we've got a D7 chord, and we've got a G7 chord. Although the F7 chord is represented as being an ordinary F7 chord, we're going to use the sharp 9, sharp 5 chord over the top of that. So, again, in F now, here's our the F major triad. There's 3 and 5, and here's 7 and 9. 2 steps each side of the upper F. Sharpen 5, sharpen 9. Again. So we got. We're going to use that for the F, and similarly over the D, there's a D major triad. So that's 1, 3 and 5. That's 3 and 5, and 7 and 9 are here. So from the D major triad, we've got 3 and 5. And 2 steps below the D is 7, and 2 steps above the D is 9. So again, we can sharpen our 5 and sharpen 9, and that gives us this chord. Again, then sharp 2, well 2 is an E here, so sharp 2 is an F, and flat 2 is an E flat, and then 1 is here. So for D, we got that. And then similarly for the G, there's 3 and 5. Here's 7 and 9, 2 steps each side of the upper G, and here's our riff, sharp 5, sharp 9, then sharp 2, flat 2 and 1. Again, here's our G major triad, that's 1, 3 and 5, there's 3 and 5, 7 and 9, 2 steps each side of the upper G, so we've got 3, 5, 7 and 9. Now we sharpen 5 and sharpen 9 to give us that chord. We play the chord, then sharp 2, flat 2 and 1. So we go. Okay, so if we put that riff into our autumn leaves using shells, we're already using a B flat major scale, or notes from B flat major scale rather, and we're using G blues. So we can use that riff whenever we get to an F7, or a D7, or a G7, using the appropriate notes for each one. And that gives us this sort of an effect. Okay, I do hope this has been helpful. Now there is actually a shortcut to find that chord. If we look at the C here, this is finding the chord in C. What we can do is to put the thumb on the third and to reach up just short of an octave. And then, okay, so I've got my thumb on the third, I reach up one octave, come down one if you like. That's just short of an octave. Now, in terms of C7, these are the outside notes of the C7 sharp 9 sharp 5 chord. So from here, from the C, I can come down 2 steps to find the 7th, and I can come down 2 more steps to find the sharpened 5th. So here we go. And again, we've got sharp 2 and flat 2 at the bottom. So in terms of F, there's the triad. Put my thumb on the third, just short of an octave, and then from the F down 2 steps and down 2 more steps. We go. Again for the D. There's my third, just short of an octave is there. From the D down 2 steps, down 2 more steps. And for the G, there's our major triad there. So there's our third, just short of an octave. Down 2 steps, 2 more steps. Okay, I do hope this has been helpful to you. Have fun with it, and I should put another video up shortly.